I'm the CEO and founder of Lumidas, and today I'll be sharing an overview of our MICA project on the meaningful monitoring of tailings storage facilities with fiber optic sensing. Now, if you've never heard of tailings, tailings are a waste byproduct of mining operations, and there are billions of tons of tailings produced by the mining industry every year. Now, 6 years ago, I was working for a consulting firm to help the operator of a mine site monitor the tailings facility that you can see on this slide. And just a few months after I started working on this project, one of the most devastating tailings dam failures ever to occur happened near the town of Brumadinho, Brazil, with over 270 people losing their lives. Now, what surprised me the most about this failure was this statement from the official report on its technical causes, and it was released that same year. It states that the dam was extensively monitored, but none of these methods detected any significant deformations or changes prior to failure. And this statement highlights a glaring gap in our ability to predict and prevent such catastrophic events. Now, this is what has motivated me in founding Lumidas to advance tailings dam monitoring best practices using recent advances in fiber optic sensing technologies. Now, conventional tailings dam monitoring relies heavily on point-based sensors to measure specific performance parameters within the dam. And considering that the size of tailings facilities can span kilometers, this leaves us with uncertainties in terms of understanding how the dam is performing in between each of those sensors. Now, distributed fiber optic sensing can overcome these limitations, and the latest advances enable a standard telecommunications-grade fiber optic cable to be transformed into the equivalent of thousands of strain and seismic sensors extending over tens of kilometers. With that being said, there is still a significant barrier to adoption of fiber optic sensing in the mining industry. And based on discussions with tailings industry professionals, I believe it comes down to the following two factors: high upfront costs and the lack of a customized fiber optic sensing solution that's catered to meet the needs of tailings geotechnical engineers. Now, this is where Lumidas comes in. We lower the barrier to adoption of fiber optic sensing technology. We do this by lowering the upfront costs through our hardware as a service sales model, but we also help translate the fiber optic sensing data into actionable insights through our advanced processing and analytics workflows. Our technology is building on our earlier research findings, which demonstrated how fiber optic sensing can be used to detect changes in tailings dam performance, both at the location of the cable, but also at depth. Now, we've secured over $390,000 in funding for an initial pilot, which is currently underway. The key pilot partners include a mining partner, as well as both industry and academic partners. And further validation of the research underpinning our technology was recognized with a National Award for Innovation from MICA in November of 2024. As part of our pilot, we're currently acquiring a unique fiber optic sensing dataset at a Canadian tailings facility. Alongside the fiber optic cable, we have geotechnical instruments which are used in the mine's current monitoring program. And we'll use these data to support validation of our fiber optic sensing measurements and to benchmark the performance of our technology. In phase 2, we'll focus on the development of a web-based dashboard, and this will enable our mining partner to access and view key performance indicators from the fiber optic sensing dataset. And in phase 3, we'll focus on positioning our dashboard for market entry by developing a go-to-market package, which includes branding, pricing model, and an outreach strategy. Now, at its core, Lumidas is a mission-driven company. We strongly believe that the latest advances in fiber optic sensing technologies can be used to make tailings dams safer. We aim to make fiber optic sensing easy to use for tailings geotechnical engineers, as this will help fulfill our mission of minimizing the risk of catastrophic tailings dam failures around the world. Now, the support from MICA is essential in helping us to achieve our mission. And I'd like to thank MICA as well as our project partners for all of their support in these early stages. So thank you for your attention. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend in person, but if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out via email. And I've also included a QR code that you can use to subscribe to our newsletter and stay in the loop on our project. Thank you.